Hey guys, we're back here with the old sad 10, trying to make it a super 10. And in this segment of this series, we are going to be working on the heater core. So that means pretty much the whole dash comes out, and then we got to drain the coolant and change out that nasty heater core because it's leaking all over the inside of the cab and stinking it up. I mean, that's all like Dex Cool that's been like soaked up and dried up into those napkins. It's not spilled coffee or anything like that. That's kind of what we're dealing with here. So we know where it's coming from. We can smell it every time we run the thing and it gets up to operating temperature. Plus, none of the speakers work. The fucking car stereo is not hooked up right. So we got to deal with that. We're basically going to unghettoify this truck. As you can see here, if you take a look at the colors here, check it. That's Forest Service green right there. So this is actually a Forest Service issue S10. So the miles are low on it, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't used and abused. The miles are, a lot of them in the Forest Service had them are obviously very low speed. Relatively high engine speed because you're going and crawling through the woods with these things. We're taking the seats out because it'll make it easier to get in there and take all the other shit out, for one. And we're replacing the carpet because that is just disgusting. And apparently they had a stain back here and they attempted to clean it with baking soda. These baking sodas would eat through the carpet, so fun. Now we'll take the other seat out in the center console. It's a grommet with a screw through it. Did somebody really think a grommet would make a good washer? Apparently so. Gotta take the negative terminal off the battery real quick so we don't fucking fry the electronics while we're in here. We had disconnected our negative battery terminal. That was our next critical step, of course. And now to move on to the next thing, which is our heater core hoses, which are way back there. They're actually not that hard to get to. It's just behind that wire loom. There's a couple wire looms that are in the way. But other than that, they're pretty easy to get to. I think we shouldn't have too much trouble with that. So that's where we're at now. Is we got to disconnect those. But obviously before that, we've got to drain the cooling system. So that's going to be underneath. We're going to have to get a nasty tank over here to empty that stuff into because we'll probably change it out. It needs to be changed out. It's old. Everything's old. If I'm draining fluids in this thing, they're getting new fluids. So that's our next step. We'll go ahead and drain that stuff out. Alright, so we are now draining out the Death Cool. We'll probably go ahead and replace it with more Death Cool just for simplicity. I like to flush these out sometimes and put conventional coolant in because I think it's better. That's just my opinion. What are you doing up there, Sugar Plum Newton? Huh? Always part of every project. So now that that's pretty much drained out, we'll go ahead and move forward with the next stage. Heater hose is disconnected. pull them up and get them out of here so I can flush them out. Man, that fucking hurt, dude. Shit, pinch my fucking thumb. Now we gotta do the whole other part. Fucking that part. We're having lots of fun here trying to pull this front dash off, and we've gotten about as far as we can go. This piece right here needs to come off, but there's no tilt steering wheel. It's just a straight solid steering wheel. So we've got to drop the steering wheel now. So there's 4 bolts. They're 15 millimeter. There's 2 back there and 2 up here. Crack these ones. Oh yeah, lovely. I love how they hooked this up and just left the wires back there. So we'll have to hook up the car stereo properly. There it goes. How come that didn't want to go more easily before? I was all yanking on the wrong part. Hey, fuck off. I haven't done a car stereo in like 20 years. I'm just cool with whatever's in there usually. I just leave the factory one in there. My friends used to give me shit about it. How can you live with just a radio in your truck? Next we take off this heater control assembly. Oh yeah, we're gonna unplug all this good stuff. We gotta be really careful with these connections. If you know anything about Chevys, you know that they use plastic that degrades. All plastic degrades. Car plastic. There we go. At last. I'm still gonna change all these bulbs out for LEDs. I don't care. So that's why I got them taken out. If they're easy enough to change anyway. It's going to be hard to find these, but if I can, cool. These should all be pretty obvious going back, you know, I mean, it's not like you can put them on the wrong pegs. Alright, there goes our heat control unit. Oh, these fun things have to come out. We're getting closer. There's our heater core housing right there. Look at this, we got all these speaker wires here to identify. Why didn't they hook these up? I mean, they had plenty of room. So now that that's fucking out, probably ought to take the cluster gauge out as well next year. Now this thing here I want to change the bulbs out for. I think I will order those tonight. All the light LEDs that I need for S10. Go to just search 97 S10 LED dash kit. See if we can do like purple lights in here, that would be badass. My girlfriend would fucking dig it. Now that the bolts are out of that, this ought to just pop right out. So that's how easy it is to change the mileage on your car. Just pull that out, go to a junkyard, get another one, throw it in there, and effectively you have less miles. So that's why you can never trust anybody who says, hey, this vehicle's got only X amount of miles on it. You don't fucking know. I have a Dodge. It says it has 135,000, but I bet you it's a hell of a lot more than that, because unless you just went off a fucking cliff with the thing a few times, it wouldn't get like that. There's 2 hidden screws, or at least 2 anyway. There's 1, 2. As far as I can tell, there's only 2 underneath the defroster vent. And then there's a couple more. There's like these guys here. Those are forks. We're gonna have to fix this dash. It's all cracked and fucked up. There's gotta be something we can do. Some kind of epoxy or some way to make this dash new again. Importante. I would have never thought they'd keep it there. It's good to know though, because fuck, in my 90, that's a hard part to get to. You gotta go under the fucking glove box. It's a pain in the ass. Big old pain in the ass. So now I have access to the last 2 bolts that I need to remove the fucking dash. Oh wait, 3 bolts. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it would have been wise to probably use 1 bolt up there. But now that you can see how easy it is to come out once the bolts are out. This thing's not terribly heavy, but it's awkward. And there's a lot of wires. You gotta be careful of. So tip it forward. Relays. More relays to disconnect up here. Yepper. So I think I've got most of the wiring pretty much taken off, ready to lift this thing up and very carefully move it away. It's going to happen slowly. You can see I've got a lot of crap back here now. Look at all that shit that came off of the dash so far. So we've got to move all that out of the way really quick. So I'm going to have to grab another tub. All that's going to end up having to get cleaned. Detail. This is like going to be the ultimate detail job here. Because got a lot of... Look at that. That is just nasty in there, man. That's just gross. This cocksucker on a metal bracket behind it, underneath, and I cannot see for the life of me how the fuck to disconnect it. There's just no logical way to disconnect it that I can see. Hidden ass fucking... There's this weird piece of foam. Don't know what it is for exactly, but cool. Ah. There we are. That was a big fucking pain in the ass. Now let's see what we can do. Oh, of course. Well, at least they used a Phillips drive fucking goddamn connector so that I can disconnect it. Oh, shit. somewhere. Yay! We can actually see the fucking heater core housing now. Yeah! The only thing that's left is this right here. Whole thing's coming out. It's got to. That's an S10 with no dash. That took forever. Pretty bare bones, but we're not done yet. I'm gonna take this heater core out. I might as well just go ahead and fucking finish. I've made it this far. All we got left is this thing here. We just gotta take this pencil thingamajigger out of here. And then I think there's only like 3 bolts. I feel there's 1, 2, 3, 4. All around. They're pretty small. Maybe a couple of them. Let's see. We're done here. Should be it. Just take that off now. Alright, what's holding it on there now? Are you fucking kidding? I gotta take this off too? Is there another? There must be. There must be. There's got to be another fucking screw holding this in. There's just no way. It'd be nice if I could see what I was doing. That would most definitely help. But I cannot see what the fuck I'm doing. I do not know or understand why this does not come off. Now I do understand. I was not putting enough force on it. Voila! Our heater core. So I'm going to do it that way. I think that's pretty much it. Yep. So, I'm looking at this heater core, and I'm wondering, how the hell did it leak? It looks clean, except for a spot on the back here, where it's a little bit. Maybe it's just that the hoses weren't tight enough. Huh. That's freaking wacky. Alright, well, fucking A, that's the heater core. We got another one on order from Rock Auto. I mean, the heater core itself took, what, 2 minutes to remove? And about 6 hours to get to? Oh, shit. Yeah, so, I mean, you can kind of tell that there's some damage down here, so it most likely was leaking. It's just hard to tell, you know. It obviously wouldn't do it only under high pressure, so it's alright. Another one's in the mail. Pop that in there when he gets here. And in the meantime, we're going to help detail everything. It's just freaking nasty in here. And the next thing we're going to do tomorrow is clean all this crap up and rip this carpet out.